Hello. My name is Kenneth Goldsberry. Let me turn this around. I'm 25 years old. I was born on December 7th of 1989 from Salt Lake City, Utah. The first place I lived in was a tent in Nevada with my biological mother, who, when I was 3, ended up meeting a guy and going to an apartment back in Salt Lake. I know I don't know the whole story, but I know I was born and we ended up not having any money, and her family didn't want her for some reason, and so I lived in that tent. And then I lived in an apartment with her boyfriend, who was abusive at the time, and yeah, I mean, that was crazy, but life led on with a bunch of struggle and fights in the family, and the whole pull the kid this way, pull the kid that way between my adopted dad and my real mom. My adopted dad ended up winning the battle of custody, put my mom in a mental hospital for a couple years. She came out, had cancer twice. My grandfather and my grandmother on my adopted dad's side passed away when I was like 15, which is about the same time I started hip hop. Yeah, about 17 years old, I was kidnapped in Palm Springs, California. Well, that's where the place was. I ended up partying at a club in Salt Lake with my brother, who was on leave from the military at that time. Ended up in some freestyle battles, got punched in the face. This guy bought a bunch of drinks for the bar. He was really nice clothes, chains, money. I mean, he bought like 300 people an $8 drink. Crazy. But anyways, I ended up going with him to Palm Springs. Woke up the next morning. He had my stuff. He took my stuff. I tried leaving. They put a gun to my face, made me sit back down. Went through 6 months of finding out they were gay and their whole mental battle, and one of them having Asperger's and stabbing himself in the chest with a knife multiple times during fights with the owner of the house, being stranded in that house for a week with no food and no water, and it being 126-degree weather, most of the time, to the point where I broke down mentally to where I wanted to die, and I almost gave up. And right after that, well, I came out, and I survived. I made it. I'm not going to get into too much detail about that. It's really sensitive for me. But I began doing music with my family. Me and my friends ended up splitting ways. A lot of bad things happened, and I feel like through it all, through all the struggle and close chances with death and experiences of being in this world without a solid family unit, not knowing, traveling place to place and getting to meet the whole world, I feel like my whole goal is to bring a positive music, like music that is more about the lessons I learned in life than myself. I want to talk about money and fame, but I don't want it to be about my cars and my chains and my stuff. I want it to be about what we can all do to better ourselves and for humanity to grow. With that, I'd just like to end that brief little story there and invite you all to check my music on Periscope at _poet, no capitals. Also, you can check me out at reverbnation.com/drunkpunkrecords. You can check me out at Facebook at Kenneth Goldsberry. And yeah, so thank you for your time listening to my short video about why I'm doing hip hop and who I am. The Poet was created for the purpose of invincibility forever, the longevity of melody, and how it's the first thing that humans really discovered, beating on rocks and stuff, and how it carried all the way through time, and it still continues to be the number one way that people feel. Parties, club songs, sad times in life. There's like sad songs. We got a song for everything, and I guess the point is, like, now we just got to individualize those songs, and social media is the way to do that, and I am the outlet. #ThePoet. Thank you.